Bright star, would I were steadfast as thou art, by John Keats. John Keats is one of the greatest poets in the history of English literature, especially among the poets who wrote along the genre of romantic lyric. He was born in London on 31st October 1795, and only 54 poems of his had been published before he died by tuberculosis at the very young age of 25. He lost his father when he was 8 and his mother when he was 14. Attended a public school, learned about the classics, and left school at 16. He was trained as apothecary for 4 years, completed 1 year of medical school before dropping out. He had an ill fated engagement with Fanny Brawne. John Keats was a romantic poet. He had the most remarkable career in poetry as an English poet, published about 54 poems written in a unique and very original style. He is widely recognized as being practically on Shakespeare's level of greatness. Keats as a poet. His first volume, Poems by John Keats, was published in 1817, but he received failure instead of success, and he got very harsh reviews which led to doubting himself. It is unfortunate that his poems were not well received during his lifetime, but his reputation grew after his death. The poetry of Keats is characterized by a style heavily loaded with sensualities, most notably in the series of odes. Now, the setting of the bright star. This poem belongs to the genre of romantic lyric and has a melancholy undertone to it. Justifying its genre, the poem is set in the form of a conversation with self, portraying the poet's wishes and emotions. Let us read the text. Bright star, would I were steadfast as thou art, not in lone splendor, hung aloft the night, and watching with eternal lids apart, like nature's patient, sleepless eremite, the moving waters at their priest like task of pure ablution round earth's human shores, or gazing on the new soft fallen mask of snow upon the mountains and the moors. No, yet still steadfast, still unchangeable, pillowed upon my fair love's ripening breast, to feel forever its soft fall and swell, awake forever in a sweet unrest, still to hear her tender taken breath, and so live ever, or else soon to death. The poem starts with the wish of the speaker to be like the steadfast star, which does not change. His desire to be still and unmovable contrasts with the ever fluctuating life of humans. The speaker immediately shows his wit in wishing to be like the star, stating that he loves the patience of the star, but not the loneliness it possesses. He wants to be unaffected by the natural change that occur in the earth. Meanwhile, he loves to watch the changing process of snow-capped mountains, the moving water, and other happenings. He cleverly puts the reason of his impossible desires to remain same forever. He wants to lay on the lap of his beloved. On that very time, he denies to be changed. He craves to see changes of the nature laying on the lap of his beloved. He wants to cherish the moment forever. He also wishes to die if his wish for the eternal love does not fulfill. The main idea of the poem is eternity. The speaker doesn't want any old eternity. He wants to spend eternity with his head pressed against his girlfriend's chest. And if he can't have that, he would rather swoon away into another eternity, the eternity of death. The themes of the poem are love. It stands in contrast to the cold isolation of the rest of the universe of the poem. Loyalty. It is highly connected to the idea of steadfastness. Isolation. He likes the fact that it exists forever, and he wishes that he could too. Time. The poem points somebody on earth looking up at an extremely special star in the heavens.